Cardinals Caravan draws 500-plus fans to Missouri Southern, giving fans a chance for autographs and an up-close and personal look at players. I'm Lisa Aligas, and this is Newsmakers. In this edition, one-on-one interviews with featured players at Cardinals Caravan 2026. Fans got the ultimate entertainment from Fred Bird, the St. Louis Cardinals official mascot, who comically helped MC Ricky Horton with his microphone. The team arrived on a chartered bus and were whisked into the Bud Walton Theater for media interviews, including our own. We begin with Victor Scott II, a Gold Glover who stole 94 bases in the minors, then 34 bases in the last season, the most by any Cardinal since 2000. He led the Cardinals in bunts his first year in the big leagues, catching flies in center field, and he's a rapper too. Logan Carnes talks to Scott about music, baseball, and revisiting his minor league home in Springfield, Missouri.
I mean, it was really cool, man. In 23, that's when I played the chunk of my time there in Springfield. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's always very nostalgic being there. It's really cool seeing fans that I remember seeing in 23. I mean, it's definitely a nice experience and very pleasant.
Of course, and you also looked a little bit further into, you spent time playing some summer ball as well. So you play with the Fond du Lac, the Dock Spiders. Yeah. You played with the Cotuit Kettleers. Yeah. So how do you feel like that little extra snippet, that was during your college career, how do you feel like that extra snippet helped you develop your game, and are there any Kettleers or Dock Spiders you want to shout out today?
Yeah, man. Let's see, shouting out-wise, I don't know, maybe we'll shout out my boy Chandler. He with the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll shout out him. But now we played in Fond du Lac together. But, I mean, as opposed to, like, in terms of that, I think college summer ball is really important for you to play. It goes a lot into, like, development and the kid being able to go from college to summer ball, to be able to continuously play, get the name out there more. I feel like it really helped me out in terms of getting my name out there, being able to not be so under the radar and being on scouts' radars. I mean, and then you talk about just overall development. You can go from an average player to an above average player to an elite player in a snap, man. So I definitely feel like it's a necessity. I know some things happen where it's hard to make it out there. You may have like family trips lined up or something in the way of that. But if you are, or you do have the opportunity to go play summer ball, I would try to make your way out there.
Well, Coach Prime, he was music back in the day, old school. And I was just curious as well, could we get a top 3 rappers in the game maybe from you now?
Let's see. I've been listening to a lot of Gunna. I be going through phases for some reason. So like, if I listen to like an artist now that I didn't last year, like, I don't know. I listen to like Gunna right now, Lil Baby's new album, and probably like No Cap. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you've ever heard of them artists before, but hey.
Of course, man. Of course. One other thing that I wanted to ask, kind of a little personal question for me. So you are immortalized, obviously, in MLB The Show, video game. I don't know if you're a big video game guy, but I've always have been. And I just got to know, to see yourself on screen in the game that, like, you know, you see little kids playing and they're going to know your name. How does that feel, just as a professional athlete, to see those things happen in real time?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy experience. Like, you don't necessarily like become a professional athlete to be in a video game. But when like the perk of being in a video game kind of happens, it's like, wow, this is really unique. This is really awesome experience to be able to log on MLB The Show and then go play with yourself on the game. It's crazy. So, I mean, it's definitely fun, man. It's definitely cool seeing yourself on the game, bro. But I mean, to have people come up to you and be like, yeah, I just used your card on the show that's wild to me. So.
Being only 24 years old, how much would you encourage other young players that are very obviously early in their careers to start early on that aspect of being a professional athlete?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes into like the greater reason why becoming a professional athlete for me, with impacting the youth, because I feel like, I mean, the youth is, I mean, that's what we got once we leave. So to try to pour into those kids now, to try to be able to teach them, like I just held a camp on January 3rd at my high school, but that was something to me that was like super important, to be able to pour into those young kids, to be able to explain to them how important this game is and what you can do within this game. So I surrounded them with other Major League Baseball players, other minor league players, other indie ball players. I mean, we had so many guys out there, but to be able to to be able to utilize that environment to teach these kids something was extremely important for me, and that's something I hold close to my heart.
That's awesome. And just in general, the Cardinals Caravan, a few different stops already. So how much do you think this matters in terms of making an impact on the greater community outside the St. Louis area?
Yeah. I mean, this is something that we can do once a year to be able to connect to fans. We're in person, we're here, we're in your backyard. So people who necessarily can't make it to a game, they can make it here so we can see them and be able to interact with them, be able to shake their hand, be able to sign something for them, talk to them for a little bit to kind of, I don't know, make them see the future and see the visions that we see.
Thank you so much for having a chat with me here today, Victor Scott. We're here at the Cardinals Caravan. This is KGCS TV. Logan Carnes, thank you so much for listening.
Hi, I'm Nathan Reynolds, and I'm here joined by the Cardinals minor league infielder and reigning minor league player of the year, JJ Weatherholt. JJ, welcome to Joplin, and glad you're here. How does it feel to be in Joplin?
My first time here, so excited to be here. Excited to see what this place has got to offer, and just excited to meet some of the fans around here.
Yeah, so let's start out prior to your professional career. At what point in your baseball journey did you kind of figure out that you might be able to take this somewhere professionally?
Since I was 5, it was always my dream. I have pictures of me holding up, whatever it was, what you wanted, career day at school when I was in 5th grade, holding up a sign that said MLB player. But of course, you don't know it then, but that's always a dream. So to answer your question, it wasn't until like sophomore year of college that I really realized, like, hey, I've got a legit chance to do this, and that's kind of when my mind shifted from thinking about pursuing finance and playing baseball to like I'm playing baseball, and this finance might take a little step back.
Yeah, and so you mentioned the college ball. You go to West Virginia, you're Big 12 Player of the Year there. What was that experience like in preparation for the majors?
Yeah, it's what made me the player I am today, so it's just an absolute blessing to go there. It was my only offer, so committed pretty early. Potentially would have got some other offers, but we'll never know. So Coach Sabins is the one who recruited me there, and Coach Mazey, and it was a dream come true to play, Big 12 baseball, but then also to just play all 3 years that I was there and have a really good career. It shaped me to get here with the Cardinals, but just super blessed that they took a chance with me.
Yeah, and so in 2024, you go 7th overall. What was it like getting that call from the Cardinals? What were the emotions? What do you remember about that moment?
I just remember I was there at the draft, so it was kind of funny. Like my agent had just called me and been like, hey, like Cardinals are going to take you. And before I even could pick up the phone, all the cameras, everybody else knew before even I knew, so all the cameras were there, and I was like, oh, I guess it's my turn. But yeah, it was great to hear that, and just 11 World Series, to be a part of that, and hopefully bring number 12 it's super special.
Talk about your draft fit. You had the cowboy hat on, it looked good. What was the thought behind that?
We were in Fort Worth, so stockyards, very historic, very Western, and so the stylist that I work with, we wanted to nail that look, and I was really down for it. I wanted to get my Western on, and in PA, my mom's from a very small town in PA. That's country, but it's not country like that. So it was cool to just dig into some of those roots out there, and the fans really liked it. They were appreciative of the look.
Yeah. So you looked great, nailed that look. You have a great first season in the organization. What's the pressure that kind of comes with that, and how do you handle that with having the expectations?
Yeah, I mean, pressure is a privilege. A lot of people say that, and I think it's all relative. I mean, obviously, I have standards for myself, and people that are close to me have standards for me. So I work for that, and I work for them, and you just hope everything takes care of itself. You do the work, you put everything in that you can do, and then you just play ball. So you see what happens, you roll with whatever goes on, but you just hope for a good year, and you put in the work to do so.
And part of that successful season, you get announced to the MLB Futures game. Talk about what that game was like, the experience of that whole weekend.
That was sweet. I mean, especially playing in Truist. I had never played there before, so that was awesome. Play on another big league field, get to use big league balls, which I swear those things were flying crazy out of the yard, but played with a bunch of really good guys. A lot of those guys have debuted, recently, which is just super cool to see. But yeah, that was a great experience, and was able to get a hit, played some good defense. It was just a really, really great time.
What are your goals for this coming season in 2026?
Just play well. I mean, obviously, I want to get up to the big league club, but you just take care of your work and see what happens. So my focus will just be getting better each and every day, continue to develop as a player, perfecting my craft, and then you just see what happens.
Let's get to know JJ Weatherholt off of the field. What are some things that you like to do in your downtime to enjoy, relax, that kind of thing?
I like to fish. I like the golf. I play a lot of games, actually, so I even do some streaming of playing video games and stuff like that. I make YouTube videos of my fishing journeys. I like to read and just things like that, just to try to stay active outside. And then in season, I play a lot of chess, so I'll do that pregame and things like that. Just playing chess to relax and kind of get my focus up too.
You've been pretty vocal about your faith throughout your baseball journey, starting at West Virginia with the FCA there and then being active in the Faith and Family Night in Memphis with the Redbirds. What has your faith meant to you, and how has it impacted your baseball journey?
It's been a blessing. It's something I really found in college at FCA. The chaplain over there, Kirby Myers, and just, hearing the gospel and the truth behind Jesus is something that I've, accepted into my life, and it's been just such a blessing since. So any chance that I get, I want to spread that and help people know, that is the truth out there, and to just have the same gratitude that I've had through it all. So it's a blessing. It keeps me grounded. It's something I'm super, super fortunate to be a part of and just continue to grow in that area.
And what's it like being a Christian within the Major League Baseball realm? What difficulties or obstacles come with that?
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys and Christians around the league, so it's a blessing to be a part of people who are similar. But as with anything, you pose a lot of challenges. Baseball's hard and things like that, so you just got to try to stay grounded in your faith and just not be ashamed of it, but be prepared to tell everybody about it and really show that that's your main purpose.
Well, thank you for your time, JJ. Best of luck this coming season. Enjoy the Cardinals Caravan.
Thank you.
Nathan Reynolds, KGCS TV.
Now new to the Cardinal bullpen is Kyle Leahy, who was named South Central Regional Tournament MVP at Colorado Mesa University. And he was named to the 2025 Northwoods League MLB alumni team. MSSU's Braden Kirkland asked Leahy how these achievements helped him become the player he is today.
You had over 100 strikeouts in both when you were in the minors and the majors. How did it feel to accomplish something like that?
I love playing in college. Our team won. That's part of the reason why I went there. We were in the Division II World Series. And that year that I had over 100 strikeouts was the reason I got drafted and got the opportunity to play professionally. So, I wouldn't be here without those things. But playing with my teammates and the relationships I created in college and my coaches, I talked to them just the other day. That's what it's all about.
Awesome. It's always good to keep a connection with them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what was it like when you first got that call to join the Cardinals for this team?
Just any other day in the minor leagues. Just played a game. Went back to the hotel, thought nothing of it, and got a call from our AAA manager. Said you need to come back and pack your stuff. You're headed to Miami. Went back, packed, didn't sleep at all. Got on an early flight to Miami. And then I didn't pitch in my first game, got on a plane, and then we went to Chicago and I pitched in that next game. So.
Awesome. It must have been a great feeling to get that call and join an amazing team like this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a dream come true, all the cliche answers. My family got to be there, my fiance. It was a special moment and changed my life, obviously. Hopefully it was just the start.
Awesome. And what are some of your preparations for game day?
Staying consistent with your routine and doing the same thing every day. Sounds dumb, but it's really that simple. So nothing weird, no superstitions, but yeah.
Awesome. And what does it mean for you guys to come out here for the fans and do this for the Cardinal Caravan?
The fans are what keep this bus moving. It's what keeps the business moving. We need the fans. We love the fans. We need their support. It's always nice to feel the support and see how much people love Cardinal baseball around this part of the country.
Awesome. And is there any advice you would give to any young fans out there that want to eventually, join the minor leagues or the major leagues when, it comes to their talent and stuff?
My advice to all young kids is to play multiple sports. I played every sport I could growing up and just became the best athlete I could, and then let the chips fall where they may after that. But just work hard, be as athletic as you can, do as many things as you can. I skied, I ran cross country, I played basketball, do it all and see where you end up.
That was Braden Kirkland with Cardinals pitcher Kyle Leahy, who was called up from the Memphis Redbirds in 2024 and served as reliever in 2025. It's time for a short break. When we return, we will hear from only the second defensive player in Cardinal franchise history to get a gold glove in the minor leagues, Leonardo Bernal. But first, fans who got autographs, blankets, rally towels, and even tickets this year share their thoughts about the Cardinals Caravan.
We just appreciate the fact that the Cardinals come out and do this thing, and I can bring my grandbaby out and we can develop another Cardinal fan.
Well, I'm old enough. I remember some of the Cardinal greats like Bob Gibson and then Ozzie Smith, and now the current players. And so I'm a baseball enthusiast, and there's nothing better than being a Cardinal fan.
It's amazing. This is our third year coming, and it's so cool to be able to meet the players and to have them interact with us. And they're so good with the kids. They answer all the questions. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the easiest ways to interact with the players because, I mean, games is obviously really hard too. And so, yeah, I'd say this is the easiest way to get in touch with the players.
Yeah, I think it's a neat way to interact with the players and see them where it's hard to at games, and you can't talk to them on the television.
Well, I liked my seats because I got a high five every player coming down except for Jose Firmino, who went down that way. But also, it was just fun to see them, and yeah, it was I had a great time.
I think it's awesome. It gets community gets come out, and we get to cheer on the Cardinals and ready for spring and warmer weather now.
Well, and the family event, and then the kids get something free. That was really cool. They got the blankets, and being able to see the players and get to know them and see them up close.
Hello, my name is Camden Stedman, and today I am joined by St. Louis Cardinals catcher Leonardo Bernal. How was your trip over?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty excited to be here. Enjoy the moment.
What player did you look up to growing up?
Obviously, I'm a Yari fan, and I see a lot of games, and I love see the catchers. I like Yari, Sabi, all those guys.
How did it feel to get the call to join the Cardinals?
That was awesome. I was a young guy when I got that notice when I'm gonna be part of the Cardinals.
You're the second defensive player in Cardinals history to win a Golden Glove in minor league play. How did it feel to win that award?
That means a lot for me. It's a lot of work. We got a lot of good players, a lot of good defenders, and be there means a lot for me and for my career.
What would you say your strongest attribute is as a player?
I mean, to me, I got the ability to make contact with the baseball, but I think my arm on my defensive side.
How do you prepare for a game usually?
I mean, we got a long routine because we got long days before start game, and obviously we got stuff to do in the gym, and then we got some cage work and defensive stuff. Before the game, usually I use to go to the bullpen and talk with the pitcher and do my defensive stuff before the game.
You're currently in the MLB's top 100 prospects. Is there pressure with being on that list?
I mean, when you work hard, you're supposed to do the right things, and be there means a lot for me because that is like when you put your effort and do the right things.
And you represented Panama on the international scale when you played for their under-15 team. How did it feel to represent your country, and do you plan on representing Panama on the national scale again?
Oh yeah, for sure. I got the opportunity to represent Panama in a lot of tournaments, and it means a lot because you got your family behind you, you got your country behind you, and yeah, to represent Panama in the level is pretty good.
And you're currently in MLB The Show. How does it feel to have your likeness in a video game?
I mean, I'm the show guy. I'm played since the show 2012, and see how that goes for me is pretty good. Usually I play with my brother, and I'm always trying to find the Cardinals roster and try to see me there.
Bernal is a switch hitter with a .247 batting average and 13 home runs in 2025. Jose Fermin from the Dominican Republic is a second baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals with a .283 batting average for 2025. Darren Zustiak talks to the agile infielder about what spurred his interest in baseball.
My dad played baseball his whole life, and when I was born, he was still playing softball. He would take me to his games and stuff, and he was the one that got me to fall in love with the game.
Nice. And when eventually you got into baseball, you got into some teams, did you ever think that you were going to be in Major League Baseball?
I mean, as a kid, that was my dream. And like, obviously got into pro ball and all that stuff, and I started to feel a little more, real, a little closer. And I'm thankful with God, that I got the opportunity to fulfill my dreams.
That's awesome. And then going into, like, as you were playing your games, did you ever have any doubts or concerns in those games? Like, whether you're going to be good enough, maybe I might not be good enough to play in Major League Baseball? And if so, what did you do to be able to conquer those fears?
It's, sometimes you feel them. This game's tough, sometimes we go through bad moments and stuff, but, I'm lucky enough to have good foundation, my family, like good coaches, good teammates that whenever I hit those rocks, they help me get up.
Awesome. And I think it was 2023, it was a quadriceps strain that you had, and you had to be taken out for a little bit. What did you have to do to be able to recover? And it's a little bit of therapy, but like, were there friends that helped? Was it family, inspiring messages maybe?
That was spring training, my first year here with the Cardinals, and I had that injury. It was a long one. I think it took me like 3 months to get back. But the trainers, I'm really happy with them. They were always with me, giving me that little push, and helped me get back on the field.
Awesome. So I believe it is November 9th, 2022, I'm assuming there's some way in form you get acknowledged that you get accepted by the St. Louis Cardinals to be on their team. What did that day feel like? Take us back to that time and describe what it felt like.
It was a little weird because I was going to become a free agent. I played for Cleveland before. I was becoming a free agent, minor leagues, and I was kind of ready to sign with another team. And then I got that call that I got traded here, and I was put in the 40-man. So I was in shock, and actually, happy because to be able to play on this team, a team with so many legends, such a lot of story on this team. It was really special.
What's it like playing on the St. Louis Cardinals?
It's been fun. Like I said before, where so many legends have played on this team, and to be able to put this uniform is special. To be able to share the field with guys like Arenado, Goldschmidt, I was able to share the clubhouse with Wainwright. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. And eventually, at some point, it gets to, we'll go back to, I guess, going to July 13th, 2025. You're playing against Jesse Chavez. You're on the plate, and it's tied. This is the breaking moment. Describe what that felt like or what that moment felt like.
It's got to be one of the coolest moments of my life. I've dreamt about that moment, hitting a homer in the big leagues, and to be able to hit it against that guy, a guy that pitched 20 years in the big leagues, it was pretty cool,
That was MSSU senior Darren Zustiak reporting. The Cardinals Caravan always includes a team alum, and this year, that's Kerry Robinson. An outfielder and pinch hitter drafted by the Cardinals in 1995, he's now a scout for the team. A native of St. Louis, Robinson tells MSSU's Gerardo Martinez what it was like to play for his hometown big league team.
Yeah, it was awesome. I grew up a St. Louis Cardinal fan. If people don't know, I grew up in St. Louis in Spanish Lake with the Hazelwood East High School, and I just remember wanting to be like the guys I saw on TV, like Vince Coleman, Ozzie Smith, Willie McGee, and Ray Langford, and Brian Jordan, guys like that. So I would, in high school and college, I would go sit in Busch Stadium and just one day want to be them guys. And I was lucky enough to get called up with the Cardinals in 2001 when I hit my first career home run. My favorite player, Ray Lincoln, was on first base, so he was the guy that met me at home plate. So, I've had a special experience with the Cardinals.
Was there a player, coach, or teammate that had like an effect on you during your time playing baseball?
Well, a couple come to mind. First is Steve Klein. He was a little bit of a character, and he was the guy that had the dirty hat, and he'd throw it on the ground and tell kids to spit on it, and he put it on his head. He's a little, a crazy Pennsylvanian. And then, Albert Pujols was also a rookie with me, and Albert was so special with the bat. He was so strong. He could drive a ball. When he would get fooled and do fly balls, they'd end up being home runs or doubles, where other guys like myself, they'd be out. So he was a special talent.
What would you tell like the next generation of baseball players? Like, what would you tell them based on your experiences in baseball?
Yes, I would tell them, don't take any play or pitch for granted, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher. You treat every pitch like a business transaction, right? Because you never know. Tomorrow might be your last day ever playing. You don't have any regrets. So treat every play. If you're in the outfield or if you're a fielder and the ball comes to you, just make sure you get your job done, even if you make mistakes. But treat every single pitch like its own individual business transaction. Break it down that way, and it makes the game a little bit easier to get through.
What would you how would you compare yourself to draft day to now?
To the end of my career?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself because it's been a hard trip all along the way. If I could have told, 15-year-old Kerry Robinson that I was going to have the career that I've had as a player and a scout, I would definitely take it. And, I'm pretty proud of myself for it because, not a lot of people get to do what I did and at the level I did it at.
Well, how do you feel about your impact on the St. Louis Cardinals now being a scout for them?
Yeah, hopefully I've had a positive one. I think to date we've been to 2 World Series since I've been a scout, and the first one was 2011, which was my first year scouting. And I helped contribute and helped add Rafael Furcal at that time, and so he was a big part of that championship team. But that's a little bit I added. But we've been to 2 World Series since, and I'm pretty proud of my post-playing career as well. So it's been a good ride.
KGCS also spoke with the event's MCs, former pitcher and announcer Ricky Horton and Missouri Sports Hall of Fame broadcaster Mike Claiborne. We will feature those interviews in a special presentation of the Caravan event, complete with the players' question and answer session, airing here on KGCS and on our YouTube channel. That's our show. I'm Lisa Oligas. As we say goodnight, more highlights of the Cardinals Caravan.